Yep. So WWE, everybody's talking about some big name releases. They are firing people again, and a couple big names they let go. Kyrie Sane, girl from Stardom, uh, tag team partner of Asuka and the Kabuki Warrior. She was pretty good. She was entertaining, kind of small. And the one that's sad for me though is the New Day, right? Like they let go of Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, and I kind of understand they've been there for a long time. They're not doing too much. Uh, Go and try and see if you could get some more money from the other company for a while. And I think that's exactly what all three of them are going to do. I think they're going to go and make more money in the other company, All Elite Wrestling, and do that and see where they go for a little bit. And the New Day will for sure end up coming back to the WWE to get inducted into their Hall of Fame, right, at some point. So that will happen. But just because these names end up on the AEW roster does not mean that it will equal success. I think that if you look at the overall roster of like AEW, that they've gotten a lot of people over the years from WWE, but not all of them have made huge names for themselves in AEW. John Moxley, right, the former Dean Ambrose, obviously is probably one of the biggest names that they acquired as a previous WWE wrestler. And he is still the most dominant uh, person that they have in their business. He's on every single show. He's normally always holding some type of championship of some kind. And to be honest, he's the reason why I came over from WWE and gave AEW a chance to begin with, right? Was a big Dean Ambrose fan in the Shield, and I love the stuff he did with AJ Styles, right? That was what kind of hooked me. I never saw any of that GCW stuff, right? So I didn't know about any of that. But some other names of stars that have made it since they've crossed over. Swerve Strickland is a name. Uh, Tony Storm is another name. These two have come over and they've made not just an impact in AEW, but have created their own character and plots. And because of that, they've been able to not only be on almost all of the shows, but they've also obtained championships and have acquired levels of success that they weren't seeing in the other company, WWE. Another uh, group of people, it's actually a team that I could think of, is FTR. FTR, formerly the Revival, I guess is what they're called, but Dax and Cash Wheeler, right? They are on every show as well. And because they are in the position that they're in, you don't always necessarily see them succeeding greatly, right? Like you'll see them on TV all the time, but they're not always winning. And if they are going against competition, a lot of times the competition isn't on their level. So there's kind of that disadvantage to it. But I like seeing AEW step up, right? Like some of the people who have got let go from WWE probably won't be making it in AEW. Like I could look at the Wyatt Six and that faction of people that they let go. They let go of all those folks, even Bo Dallas. And I don't think all of them are going to end up in AEW, right? Like, although Tony Khan, the owner of AEW, has tons of money and can invest as much as he wants to and as many of these folks as he wants to, he's not going to. I think he realizes the talent that's available and the different level in which the talent is at, right? He's going to go and he's going to grab the biggest names, probably like New Day, Kyrie Sane, and maybe a couple from the Wyatts, but WWE put out a list of over 20 people that they've released over the last 2 weeks. And there's no way that all those people are going to end up on AEW's roster. They're just not. They don't need them, right? I like AEW and what they're doing right now. They're on a good run. I'm liking what I'm seeing as far as their own homegrown talent. MJF is still my favorite wrestler, not just in wrestling, but like not just in AEW, but like in wrestling overall. And Darby Allin is good, right? Chris Statlander for the ladies, Willow Nightingale, and even though almost all of AEW's roster has independent background from like New Japan or Pro Wrestling or CMLL, these additions are helping contribute, right, to positive growth in the show for AEW, right? I love seeing a couple of the luchas, right? And I like learning about some of the people from New Japan Pro Wrestling, right? I didn't get to watch too much of that growing up, not trading tapes or anything. So it's cool seeing names of people who I never known before, like Will Ospreay, and then seeing what they're all about, right? Um, so because of that, keep it going, AEW, right? Like I don't know where you're at with your ratings, but I know as far as me personally as a product, I watched tonight, right? And there were some ups and there were some downs, right? Like as is with everything, but I mean the show overall, I'd give it like a B minus, right? Like I still don't like the size of a lot of the people there, but I mean the competition, it's getting better. And speaking of competition, their competition, WWE, they got a premium live event coming up this Saturday. They got Backlash happening, so I will probably give a review of that. Um, I don't like how the pay per view or the premium live event is happening on two different channels, though, because it just seems like it's making it more difficult for me, right? Like I gotta have ESPN2 to watch half of the show, and regular ESPN to watch the other half of the show. And then there's the stuff that they edit out and don't show the people in America, but show the people in the other world watching on Netflix. So it's kind of weird because I don't know what I'm missing and I have to have multiple things in order to watch one show, right? If you're making one show, you should put it on one goddamn channel, right? But you want to make my life as difficult as possible, right? Going to all these different streaming services, eventually you're going to lose me, right? I already gave up Peacock because I ain't doing Peacock, so there goes your main event, right? I ain't watching your main event anymore. So good job, WWE. If you want this to continue, keep going in the route that you're going, right? Their pay per view should be decent. They got Roman Reigns' bloodline issue happening with Jacob Fatu this time instead of Solo or Jey Uso, right? They're restarting it again with Jacob Fatu, and we'll see what happens there. I think that the Io Sky and Asuka match is going to be a great match also. The storyline has been good. The build for it has been great. I've been wanting to see these two scrap since I first saw Io Sky hit NXT. As soon as she hit NXT and was dominating in NXT, I was like, all right, she's going to go against Asuka, and it's going to be a great match. Let's see it. And here it is, like 6 or 7 years later, it's finally happening. So I'm glad they pulled the trigger on it, right? It sucks that Kairi Sane isn't going to be there unless they bring her back for like some type of special appearance. But Kairi Sane was a vital part of the conflict between Asuka and Io Sky for like the last year to 2 years. So to take her out of it before the two finally meet, is just a little weird to me. Hopefully they bring her back though, just to bring closure to that story, because it's like watching a soap opera and then one of the characters just gets taken off the show for no reason right before the season finale. It's like, fuck, what was supposed to happen now, man? So it's kind of lame, but I think those are the two that are going to be on ESPN too, and that's what I'll be watching. Whichever ones are on ESPN, yeah, that's the one I'll be watching. I get ESPN because of the Disney Plus and the Hulu package, right? So whatever they're showing on regular ESPN, I'll watch. And then whatever else, I'll just watch on YouTube because the highlights will be there 2 minutes after it happens, right? You could watch it for free on YouTube. Just watch the highlights. Rest in peace, Ted Turner. Apparently, Ted Turner passed away today, the owner of Turner Broadcasting Network. I found this out because AEW Wrestling is on TBS as well as TNT. And they did a good job in recognizing Ted Turner on the show tonight. But I also noticed that they made a great comparison of Tony Khan to Ted Turner and the fact that both of them are billionaires, right? They made sure that they drove home the point that they were both millionaires and they both loved wrestling so much that they would do anything for the company and for their wrestlers, right? And although I'm sure that is a serious feeling for Tony Khan, I don't know if it was that serious for Ted Turner. I remember watching a lot of documentaries about Ted Turner and the battle between WWE and WCW. And yes, Ted Turner was a big fan of wrestling, but he took it on as a project to be dominant because he wanted to dominate the market, and he didn't like how WWE and Vince McMahon was dominating a market.